being on the jury is awesome because you essentially just get to pick who wins this game. And, you spent all this time with these last two people, and, maybe they were awful to you, maybe they were nice to you. And, now you just have to come down to who was the best player and just choose. And it's an awesome feeling to know that we as a group get to give out $1 million. Tony, he was a little mastermind out there. He had a group that were just completely loyal and followed him, and he just picked them off one by one. And I totally respect him for that because he played very well. He was always in control of his game. And, I think that along the way he could have been a little nicer, not so misogynistic, and just been a better guy with also playing the same strategy he was playing. But, he chose to be just sort of most of the time. So that's what makes us jury kind of question whether or not we should choose him. But then Wu, yeah, he was nice to everyone. Didn't really speak that much, but he really was just one of Tony's little followers. So it's hard for us to also, choose him because he just didn't really do much. So you just got to weigh out the pros and cons of both. I think that, if Wu somehow showed that he was making strategic moves and he was always, talking to Tony or whoever about plans to get out key players like maybe LJ or something like that, showed that he actually made decisions for himself, and then maybe talked about how, maybe he didn't play the best social game, but he just wasn't outright horrible to people like Tony was. It's going to take a lot to, get him to win my vote. Tony, I think that if Tony just needs to come clean about everything. He's lied a lot throughout this game, about his career, and I know we've been all wondering if he actually does have a wife or kid, because he swore on his wife and baby to everyone. Like, he swore on his father's grave. It's just like, is any of it true? Is your dad really dead? Do you really have a wife and baby? So I just want him to come clean and just, own up to all the bad things he did, but then just elaborate on all the strategic moves he made, and I think that could win my vote. I think Tony could lose my vote by just going in there being cocky, super misogynistic like he was on the island, and just not owning up to it and just not saying sorry, and, just going out there like, he's won it already. And if he does that, it's going to be so hard for me to vote for him, because this is his time to finally own up to everything, apologize for all the people he hurt, and just, show that he was a great player and that he was great strategically, and that he's sorry for, hurting anyone's feelings along the way. And I just hope he kind of softens up a bit. Wu could lose my vote by just acting like he played this awesome game when really it wasn't that great. He won an immunity challenge, but he didn't really make a decision for himself. So if he, just kind of was like, I was a great player out there. I, was a Braun. I'm now final two. He didn't really put himself there. He just followed someone. So he needs to own up to it, and I think he kind of did last night, and just continue with that. And, I know some people are still, we're ready to hear what Wu has to say, and we're definitely open-minded about Wu, so he has a chance.